Hey, I'm Chef Superdave.
And I'm Sunny, and today we have another perfect pairing. We're going to make butternut squash raviolis with a truffled carrot ginger nosh, and we're going to pair it perfectly with the Maverick Marsanne Roussanne. It's going to be spectacular. So, Chef Superdave, what are we going to do first?
Okay, this is what we got going on. We have a butternut squash, and what we're going to do is we're going to half it. We're going to scoop out the seeds. We're going to put a little bit of grapeseed oil on there, just spray it on there. Any kind of spray oil is fine. A little bit of salt and pepper. We're going to roast it in a 375-degree oven for about an hour. Okay, so this is how you do it. Take your butternut squash and a big knife. Crack that open on one side.
It's looking dangerous.
And again on the other side.
This is why they call him Superdave, actually. You see this?
Now we've got two halves of a butternut squash. I'm going to use a spoon here to just go ahead and take out the seeds. And the best way I've found to do this, okay, is to actually push down and scoop inward first. So if you push down, scoop in, push down, scoop in, push down, scoop in. Sounds fun, huh?
Yeah, it's working.
And all of your seeds should come out very easily. So this is what they look like when they're hollowed out. And just going to do 3 simple steps. Spray it with a little bit of grapeseed oil. Going to take a little bit of kosher salt, about 2 pinches for these size squash, but you'll see. You want to kind of get a good covering on the outside of the squash. Because this is going to season, and as it roasts, it's going to soak in and kind of flavor the rest of the squash. A little bit of black pepper.
Isn't that just a wonderful smell? The smell of a fresh cut butternut squash. It smells so wonderful.
It smells like butternut squash. Yum.
Yeah, exactly. And once it roasts, oh my God, the whole house is going to smell amazing.
Okay, into the oven for 375 degrees for just about an hour. Okay, so we baked up our squash for an hour. We let it cool down for an hour, and this is what you get. So Sunny's going to go ahead and start scooping out the flesh of the squash, and it's really easy after you cool it down. You can see it comes out in nice big chunks. Okay, because Sunny's got the butternut squash in a bowl now that you pulled out, and we're going to go ahead and add 1 egg that's been beaten, and she's going to go ahead and mix that in, and I'm going to go ahead and, while she's doing that, just add a little bit of seasoning, because we did season the squash before, but we didn't season the egg.
And one thing is we're very much about the purity of the products that we're using, and so we don't really overspice it. We just let the naturalness come out.
Okay, so we're going to make the raviolis now, and Sunny's got a really fun part.
I get to paint.
She's just using an egg that's been beaten, and she's going to go ahead and cover one side of the pasta, and then we'll go ahead and fill it with the great filling that we made with the butternut squash. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and add the filling.
Now it's time to stuff those babies.
Stuff those babies. And I'm just going to go ahead and take a good tablespoon and kind of pile it up in the center. And I'm going to show you how to do one very quickly, okay? We're going to take the other side of the pasta, and we're just going to cover this, and we're going to push down from the center. And you're going to see a little bit come out sometimes. Press down, press down. And what we're trying to do is get all of the air out of there so they don't kind of burst open when we put them in the boiling water. So.
And I get to do the fun part again, which is, let me see, pull out one of my little cutters, let's find out the right size, and you just stick it over there, and let me just get a little bit more of that air out.
Sunny's always a perfect person to cook with because she is a perfectionist.
And we're just going to take that, put it over there, and press down, give it a little jiggle, and cut. Okay, and then you pull it up and you have a perfect little ravioli. And again, you need sunshine. Sunshine raviolis.
Beautiful. So what we're going to do now is we're going to make the sauce, and we'll show you how to do that in just 1 second. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to make the sauce, and Sunny's going to go ahead and cook off the raviolis. Now remember, they're fresh pasta, so they're only going to take about
3 to 4 minutes, maybe?
At the most.
At the most.
Yep. What we want to do is we're going to go ahead and throw them into this water over here that's been salted and boiling.
Little Miss Sunshine raviolis. About to take the plunge.
Okay, so I'm going to make the sauce. I'm going to add just about a half a tablespoon of grapeseed oil to a hot pan. And I'm going to go ahead and add my shallots, garlic, and ginger into there. And just going to sweat it out a little bit. Basically what I mean by sweating it out is kind of getting the shallots and the garlic to be translucent, but not putting any color on them. I don't want them to caramelize. I don't want them to burn.
Wow, it's starting to smell so good in here. I can't wait.
And the shallots and the garlic are pretty much translucent now. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to add some carrot juice. And this is organic carrot juice, yeah.
We like to use organic products, but you can use whatever you want. We just prefer the organic products.
And I'm using 1 pint, or about 16 ounces, of the carrot juice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it reduce by half while the raviolis are cooking for another minute.
Oh my God, and you should see the color. It is so beautiful.
Okay, so we've got our carrot juice that's kind of reduced down now, and I just tasted it, so it wasn't really that sweet enough for me because sometimes carrot juice can either be sweet or not sweet depending on time of the year.
Yeah, when it's organic, it's just whatever carrots they use. They don't add anything, so sometimes you do need to add a little bit of sugar. So what David's doing right now is just adding a little organic turbinado sugar.
Just a tablespoon and a half. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this up a little bit and just taste it one more time before I add my truffle butter.
And it's important to taste along the way in order to know whether your food is tasting really well or not.
Okay, so we've got our sauce reduced down. We're going to go ahead and add our
Truffle butter,
which is about a tablespoon and a half of truffle butter. And just go ahead and let that slowly melt into the sauce and thicken it up a little bit.
That just doesn't even look good. Yeah.
You smell that?
Yummy. Now we've pulled the raviolis from the boiling water and they look beautiful. And we're just going to add them into the sauce and get to eat soon.
And what I'm doing while Sunny's getting ready to throw that in the sauce is just seasoning this up for the last part with a little bit of kosher salt, about a half a teaspoon, and about a half a teaspoon of black pepper, because Sunny and I both love black pepper and think it goes great with the Maverick. So, shall I?
You shall.
We will add our raviolis. Chef's hands, best tools in the kitchen.
Kids, don't do this at home unless you have chef's hands, like Superdave.
Okay, look at this beautiful, wonderful, succulent, amazing aroma dish that has these great flavors, so simple, and
so
it is
good.
just ready for us to eat. What do you think?
I think it's time to eat.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm anxious. Is it time to plate already?
It is time to plate. Here we go. I think
so
we're just going to make
excited.
a plate for the both of us and share the plate. What do you think?
Hey, sounds good to me. I don't know if I'm going to share it though.
Yeah, but I think we might have to leave a little bit for the cameraman.
No.
So, that beautiful sauce over the top, those great looking raviolis,
Oh my goodness.
and you know, just a little cleanup here on the side of the plate.
All right. I didn't come prepared, so I have to get my fork out, my utensil here. Let me just give you a quick look at this, how beautiful it is. And let me just go ahead and take a bite. Because me first. I'll decide whether I'm sharing or not after.
She's the muse. And what do you think? Let me try myself a little bit here.
Getting some air in the Maverick.
And see how nice that ravioli comes out where it actually holds together when you cut it. It's bound in the center. Wow.
Oh, both of them are so delicious.
Well, what do you think?
Cheers to that. I think that we've got another perfect match.
See you next time.